Hello and welcome to my channel. Welcome to Nat Fashion Hub, the best fashion channel in the world. So this is a female trouser we cut in the other video. We're going to stitch it today, alright? So if you are yet to subscribe, please subscribe so that when I drop my videos, you'll be notified. So we are starting with the pockets, and I'm measuring 7 inches from the waist to get the pocket opening. And guys, we have done pockets severally. I believe by now we should have known how to do pockets. So I'm not going to waste my time much on the pocket stuff. Okay, folding here at the top is 1 1/4 3/4 inch. You see I apply little gum. Here is 1/2 inch. I apply little gum inside, pepper gum, so as to give it structure. Alright, so it's a female trouser. It's not going to carry zip in front. It will carry zip by the side. The zip is going to be by the side. These are the pockets. You can see the length of this pocket is 13, alright, by a wideness of 7, and the shaping of the pocket began at 8.5. Alright, so next thing for us to attach our pockets. Like I said, guys, we've done plenty pockets. Okay, so I'm not going to be talking much on this pocket stuff. Just watch carefully how I'll be stitching it and just take note. Alright, and it will be good as you are watching, you are also doing yours so that you can follow easily. So watch how I'm going to stitch this pocket. It's very simple and straightforward. Like I said, guys, this trouser is a female trouser. You see, when I'm done with the pocket, that's how it's supposed to look. It's a female trouser, so we are putting zip by the side, not in front. So please pay attention carefully. And like I said, if you are yet to subscribe to my channel, please hit the subscribe button and turn your notification bell on so that when I drop my videos, you won't miss out. If you don't subscribe, or if you subscribe but you don't turn the bell on, the notification bell, when I drop my videos, you will still not know. So after subscribing, turn the notification bell on so when I drop my videos, you will know. And also, there's a link to my WhatsApp group in the description below. Click that link and join my WhatsApp group so that we can connect easily. So you can see I'm going to notch the pocket, fabric there as well. And as I stitch, you will understand why I notch it like that in case you don't know how to work a pocket very well. So just watch carefully. It's very simple and straightforward. I'm not going to be talking much, okay? I'll just be chipping in. As you are observing, it's very simple. You understand. So I'll just be chipping in, okay? So that we'll understand much more, but it's very simple. Even without me talking, guys, you can watch this video and go and do everything here with ease. Okay, I try to make my videos very, very easy for understanding. So I'm going to give a top stitch on the pocket here. Alright, and the stitch is just a 1/4 inch wide stitch. Very tiny stitch. Just a 1/4 inch wide. Just making sure that all the threads are cut off to give the work a very neat finishing. So you can see, guys, the allowance I folded this in, that was 1 3/4 inch wideness. I'm still going to replace it back here, so I'm going to mark 1 3/4 inch there, and that is where I'll now place the pocket. Okay, so what I folded in was 1 3/4 inch. I'm now replacing it back. That's all. So watch carefully what I'm doing. Watch carefully, and you will get it. It's very simple and straightforward. Very simple and straightforward. Now carefully watch how I'm going to turn the pockets in. Watch very well how I'm going to do this. This is a very neat way of finishing your pocket. Okay, watch. I'm going to notch it here reasonably. I'll show you. You see how much I'm notching, about a little bit above half inch, or half inch is fine. So I'm going to now hold this pocket and turn it out. Then I'll stitch it on that place I notched. Can you see? I'll stitch it from here. So I'll turn it in now and give it a final stitch. Let's push it in. Alright, our pocket is already formed. You see that? Open it and give it a final stitch. It's very simple, guys, trust me. Easy to understand and simple. Easy to understand and very, very simple. So we are done with this pocket. The next thing for us to do is to carry the second front piece and do the same thing we have done on this front piece. We'll carry the second front piece and do the same thing. Alright, and once we are done, it means we are done with the every front piece. Okay, so you can see we have done that. The next thing for us to do is to join the back piece to the front pieces, and as you can see here, I began joining the one of the back pieces to the front piece. As you can see, don't worry, I'll show you when I'm done stitching this line to the end. You will see it much more clear. Now I measured 7.5 inches from the beginning point there, because that is where I'm going to fix my zip. Alright, that's why I measured 7.5 inches there, and I give it a basting stitch there because I'm going to fix my zip there. So you can see we've attached one side of the back piece. We'll bring the second side of the back piece and attach to this side as well. Can you see this is one side we attached? See, can you see it clearly? So we are bringing the second side of the back piece. Look at it here, and we'll also stitch it. Can you see? We'll stitch it down. That's the same thing we did to the first side, in case you didn't see how I started. Okay, so like I said, if you want to join my WhatsApp group, check in the description below. There's a link to my WhatsApp group. Click it and you join me. So you can see we are done attaching the two back pieces to the front piece. Can you see? That's the front piece down, and these are the two back pieces. The next thing for us to do is to get our waist measurement. All right, and then close the back. So I'm going to measure from half inch where we started stitching here, the front piece there. We'll measure, and the waist we are targeting is 34, so we are going to mark at 17. So that is a 17, that is 17 there. I'm marking at 17. So I'll stitch it all the way and join to the front. Just watch, guys. I'll stitch it all the way to the front. I'm going to align my allowances there properly, and I'll stitch it all the way to the front. You can see I've done that. The next thing for us to do is to fix the zip. Alright, so guys, for us to fix the zip, I give an allowance here of 7.5 inches for the zip length. So I'm losing the allowance now. The allowance I gave of 7.5 inches for the zip length. So I've lost the allowance. You can see it. I've lost it. So I'm going to fix my invisible zip here by the side. All right. So this is my invisible zip. This is it right here. Okay, now watch carefully. Now guys, I even did a video on how to fix invisible zip. If you don't get this the way you want, check in my channel. I have a video on how to fix invisible zip. Watch it and you will understand everything concerning invisible zip. Right, so this is our invisible zip here, and I've made a mark. If you can see the mark, I've made a mark. Let me repeat it. I've made a mark. This is where I'll start stitching my zip. It's always good you make a mark so that you know where you're going to start stitching both sides of the zip. Very key. If you don't do that, you might not really get it. And there's a zipper foot. Okay, if you go to the market and look for a zipper foot, they'll give you so that you come and attach on your machine, and you will find it very, very easier to fix your invisible zip. Okay, you can see there's a line invisible zip has, but until you push it open, you will not see that line. Okay, so you stitch on that line, but you can't see it until you push the zip open. The zip like closes a kind of rather. So if you watch that video on that I did specifically on invisible zip, you'll see how to do it. But see the same thing, I'll still show you here. So after placing the zip on the trouser, I'm going to open it because I see the zip is a bit closed, right? So I'm going to open it. See, I'll try to see. Can you see? I'm trying to have opened it. Then I'll place my machine on it. Then run the stitch. Okay. Mind you, look at this place I'm opening. Now that is the pocket where I said I gave it a length of 7.5 inches. So I'll start below it and I'll stitch. All right. So I'll open the zip, then place the machine, then I'll run the stitch. Simple as that. And I'll do the same thing with the second side. Okay, mind you, before I stitch, I open the zip. You can see what I'm doing. I'm opening the zip. That's how you stitch invisible zip. Like I said, the video proper is on my channel. Check it, how to fix invisible zip, and you will see how I explained very, very closely, simply, and very clear. Okay, so we'll go ahead and stitch the second side of the zip now, and once we are done, the next thing for us to do is to attach the waist. All right, to attach the waist. So you can see we have tried zipping our zip and it worked. Each time you fix invisible zip. When you fix one side, try to zip it. In case there are any 1 or 2 places where there's an issue, you correct it before fixing the second part. So you can see I'm trying to see that the marks I made with chalk, right? The marks must be at the same place. That's what I'm trying to see there. So you must make sure that that mark we made with chalk, you must ensure that the mark is at the same place before you stitch. So that's what I confirmed there before I began to stitch. So you can see, guys, I'm done stitching the zip. You can see. Next thing is to zip it. You can see this. I've zipped it. Let's turn the trouser in out so that we can look at it very well. Here's our zip here. You can see how neatly it is fixed. It's not even showing at all. Okay, you can see. So I'll zip it down a bit so that I can attach the waist. I'll cut off the excess. All right. So guys, if this video is making sense, what are you waiting for? Hit the subscribe button. Subscribe. If the video is making sense, please subscribe. All right. And this is our waist. Now the waist, I cut it to be long enough to go around the waist of this trouser. The waist is carrying a different color, but that's the color that is at the legs. You see, these are the legs of this trouser. The end part of the ankle level, the same color, so I'm putting it at the waist as well. So how did I fold it? This whole fabric, I cut this fabric to be 4.5 inches wide. 4.5 inches wide. So first of all, hem that side on half inch. You see, 4.5 inches wide. So I hem that side on half inch. Okay, I hem this one on 1.5 inch. Then I just turn this one inside to give it an allowance there for the under stitching. And I cut the waist to be long enough to go round the trouser. Round the trouser. Okay. I cut the waist there too, so I'm just going to join it. So I'll just get one that will be long enough to go around the trouser. So the next thing is how to stitch our waist. Okay, just watch carefully. I'm going to stitch it. Can you see this? The part that is wider will be down. All right. So when I'm making a top stitch, I'll be able to stitch together with the down part. So watch carefully how I'm going to open it. Okay, can you see that? Then I will begin stitching. And the allowance I left out here is about just 2 inches is fine. Even 2 inches is much, but let's leave it at 2 inches. 2 inches is fine. All right. So we're going to run a stitch quickly round, okay, from the beginning point here to the end point the other side, and we are done with that face. So guys, as you already know, this is a female trouser, okay, and it's a female trouser. That's why I'm putting the zip by the side. It's a female trouser, not a male trouser. So I'm going to notch the end parts of this waist point here, so that I'll turn it. I'll close the end points of the waistband. So watch carefully how I'm doing it. Closing the end points of the waistband. Same thing this side. Closing the end points of the waistbands. I'll notch it and turn them over. So I'll turn over. Same thing this one, I'll still turn over. Alright, so you can see if I zip it now, can you see what's happening here? That's the waist, okay? You can see what we have here. Very simple, clean, clear, straightforward. See that? So the next thing for us to do is I want us to give it a little band, okay, elastic at the back. So you can see this is the center back here. This allowance you are seeing here, the center back. All right. So this elastic, I'm going to cut it such that it can stretch halfway. All right, halfway I mean it can stretch and cover the back side of the trouser. So I'm cutting it at 9.5 inches, 10 inches. It will be enough to stretch, okay, and cover the back side of the trouser. If I stretch itself, you'll see how it can stretch. So that allows enough. So I'm sewing it. If you look at where I'm stitching it, I'm keeping it at the side. Look at the side seam allowance there, side stitch there. So I'm keeping it from there. So it's taking the whole back. All right. I'm doing so that even if the trouser want to slack a little on the customer, that elastic will hold it, since it's a trouser carrying zip by the side. Okay, so I'm still going to stitch it here close to where the zip allowance is. The aim is to have the band just at the back, okay. You can see it's stretching enough to accommodate the whole back. So I'm going to give it a top stitch here. Simple and straightforward. You can see, don't allow the under allowance there to show. Just push it inside from the beginning point there for neatness sake. All right, Don't allow that allowance to show. Push it inside a bit. So you see, I'm going to now run my stitch. It's a top stitch I'm running. So I'll run the stitch. Now I'll be careful that the under the allowance aligned properly. So I'm going to check. Can you see? I'll make sure that everything under is aligned properly, and the band is also lying inside properly. Can you see? Everything is clean, neatly arranged, properly aligned. So I'm going to stitch it. Guys, this is very simple. Trust me, very simple. We are almost done with this trouser. In the maximum of 2 minutes time, we are done with this video, and you must have mastered how to cut and sew this trouser. In case you're watching this video, please know that there is a part where I cut this trouser. That one is a different video. Check it, okay? Check it in my videos. You'll see the video where I cut this trouser. Please watch the video, all right? So that you will be carried along. So you see, I'm now doing properly, stitching it. I'm done with the top stitch. All right, yep. So guys, you can see our trouser right here. This is the side where the zip is. Can you see? Very simple, you see. And if you don't want, you mustn't put this band, okay? Or you can just put it a little by the sides, okay? Or you might not even put it if you don't want. It's not a must. So we are taking the length of the trouser now. The length of the trouser is 40, as you can see. I kept the tape from the waist at 40, and this is where the allowance for the hemming is. So we'll just simply hem it in simply, easily. Hem the both legs. So we are done with hemming this trouser. The next thing for us to do is to go to the machine and just stitch it, and everything is set. So we'll just quickly run a stitch and hem it properly. You can see that. And we are done. Like, we are completely, totally done with this trouser. See this? See this? Do the same thing with the second leg, and as you can see, our trouser is done. We are done making this trouser. Guys, if this video made sense, what are you waiting for? Share the video, drop a comment, like the video. Thanks for watching. Welcome to Nat Fashion Hub, the best fashion channel in the world.